Here's a Gibson classical guitar, model C1, I think with a subscript of a D, so a C1D, if I had that right. There's no label in it, so I can't really say for sure what model it is, but I know at least it's a C1. Has a really nice sound, but it has an issue in that the celluloid binding is cracking and disintegrating all around the top and the back, and as it gases off, it's staining the soundboard quite a bit. So the owner has asked for us to replace the bindings. So that's the big project with this. Structurally it's fine, no cracks anywhere, no loose braces. It just needs the binding replaced. So that's going to be the project on this guitar. It's going to be pretty slow. You have to score where the binding hasn't already separated from the body. We'll have to score it with a knife so that we don't chip the lacquer. But then once the new binding is put on, we'll still wind up having to do a little bit of lacquer touch-up. These stains in the wood from the disintegrating binding, can't do anything with that, but at least if we replace it, these won't get any worse, and the end grain of the wood will still be protected. Well, I'm finding that the best way to remove this stuff is with this 1/8 inch chisel. It mostly just kind of fragments and turns into a powder. Occasionally, like this area, the stuff is a little more intact, so it's breaking off in pieces. Okay, I've been going at this for a couple hours. I have, all but from here to here on the back done, and it's probably going to take me another hour to get that part done, because up here the binding is a little bit more intact. Everywhere else it's been crumbling as I go along. But even when it crumbles, usually right at the junction of the, well, at this corner right here, it doesn't seem to have decomposed in very many spots, so I have to very carefully with a chisel square off that corner before I can put the new binding on. So this is going to be a very slow process. That's the part that takes the most time. And most of the binding has just fallen apart into these little crumbles that I've been collecting. This is celluloid binding, which is a combination of nitrocellulose lacquer and camphor, I think. And it's highly flammable. You don't want to just throw it in a trash can, although I don't think it spontaneously will combust the way an oily rag will, but it is definitely a hazard. And so what I've read is people will put it in water to dispose of it. I don't know what you do then, throw away a bag of water maybe. I could also dispose of it by having a little controlled fire and a demonstration of how flammable it is. So I might do that. So here's just a little, like an 1.5 inch diameter pile of celluloid binding pieces, well, flakes. This is the stuff that used to burn down movie theaters in ancient times. The movie film was made of celluloid. So I thought it would be fun to just show how flammable this really is. pretty cool. And yes, I have a bucket of water handy. But once that stuff starts burning, it really just keeps going till it's all gone. So, not something to play around with. Don't try this at home, kids.